Starbucks opened in 1971 with a single store in Seattle. Starbucks offers some of the world's finest fresh roasted whole bean coffees. The name, inspired by Moby Dick, evoked the romance of the high seas and the seafaring tradition of the early coffee traders. In 1981, Howard Schultz, the Starbucks chairman, president, and chief executive officer, had first walked into a Starbucks store. From his first cup of Sumatra, Howard was drawn into Starbucks and joined a year later. Today, with more than 15,000 stores in 50 countries, Starbucks is the premier roaster and retailer of specialty coffee in the world. And with every cup, they strive to bring both their heritage and an exceptional experience to life. We now go to the halls of Mohawk to find out who prefers Tim Hortons over Starbucks. Which baked goods would you prefer eating, Starbucks or Tim Hortons?
I like the Starbucks. I prefer their cookies. Find a lot of stuff is sort of bland. I just have a preference for their cookies and that's it. Although their goodies look nice and appealing, but not always to the palate, not always tasty.
Honestly, I prefer Tim Hortons. Well, roll up the rim. I love all those donuts they make. All those, I don't know, I just love those donuts. And those Timbits, you can't say no to those. Why don't I like Starbucks? It's expensive.
I think I'd prefer to buy Tim Hortons because it's more economical, but I do like Starbucks. It's quite flavorful.
Starbucks, just because the quality's there.
The Tim Hortons chain was founded in 1964 in Hamilton, Ontario. The chain's focus on the top quality, always fresh product, great value, great service, and community leadership has allowed it to grow into the largest quick-service restaurant chain in Canada. The first Tim Hortons restaurant offered only two products, coffee and donuts. The selection of the donuts to enjoy was highlighted by two original Tim Hortons creations, the apple fritter and the Dutchie. They became the most popular donut choices in the 60s and remain the two of the most popular today. The biggest change in the chain's product focus took place in 1976 with the introduction of the phenomenally successful Timbit. Do you feel more Canadian when you drink Tim Hortons?
I feel very Canadian when I drink Tim Hortons coffee. I think it's the greatest coffee ever. I love it. I've been drinking it since I was 3.
Tim Hortons all the way.